สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome to Thailand News Update. In today's news, prices of pork and chicken expected to decline. Airline fees might increase, however, but will taxi prices in Phuket lower? We'll find all of that out in today's news. A tale of two different inflation trends today in Thailand. Firstly, the prices of food staples, porks, chicken, and eggs are poised to drop as this year's Chinese New Year celebrations wind up. This is according to the Internal Trade Department. The Director General told the media yesterday that prices, especially for pork, chicken, and eggs, would be expected to decline now that Chinese New Year is finished. The DG said that red pork prices around the capital are currently 170 baht per kilogram, down from a peak of 300 baht per kilogram before the festival. Meanwhile, it's a different story when it comes to oil prices in Thailand. The current surge is starting to bite into local air profits just as the sector starts to pick up again. Particularly, the budget carriers have been reluctant to raise fares as passenger sentiment remains flaky when it comes to domestic travel, amid lingering fears over the current COVID-19 situation. Oil prices have been rising steadily since the end of last year, from around $60 a barrel to over $80. And local airlines are warning that if oil prices hit $100 a barrel, there will be a necessary increase in airfares as the airlines will be unable to absorb the hike. As of last week, international jet fuel prices had surged to $105 per barrel. That's a 78% increase year on year. Apparently, it's the public, especially tourists' misunderstanding of the way taxi fares are charged on the island of Phuket that is the problem. Now, that's the explanation from Phuket Land Transport Chief Chaturong Keaokasi. The Phuket Land Transport has responded to last week's viral video clip when a Thai man posted the altercation with a taxi driver demanding 600 baht for a 10 to 15-minute ride from Kamala to Patong Beach. The local land transport department has also re-released a list of standard set fares to be charged by the island's taxis and tuk-tuks. The Phuket governor has also claimed in saying the agreed fees are fully supported by the Phuket Tourism Association and the TAT. The only thing that hasn't been mentioned has been the use of taxi meters. Last July's published taxi fares in Phuket represents a big increase on what passengers routinely pay for trips around Bangkok, for example. The set fares are also 3 to 4 times that calculated by taxi apps like Grab and Bolt, who are trying to get a foothold on Thailand's most popular tourist island.
Tim here from the Thaiger, and I've got Sean from 5-Star Marine. A very interesting situation at the moment where you can only come back to Thailand at the moment with the sandboxes and the quarantine. With the sandbox, what's the situation, Sean?
Rules have changed a little bit now, but the big thing is you can get out on tour. As exactly to where you can go would be dependent on how you land into Thailand. What we suggest to our customers is send us a message once you're in Thailand. Let us know what sandbox rules you're here under, and we'll tell you where you can go. But places like Phi Phi, Phang Nga, Russia, Coral Maiton, all accessible to most travellers right now.
And the great thing is, of course, you're right in the middle of the best weather of the whole year, and the islands are looking spectacular. Only a few people on the boats when you go on a 5-Star Marine boat, and we'll talk about that on other videos. But for now, this is where you can contact Sean and the rest of the team at 5-Star Marine.
Former Deputy PM Somkit Jatusipitak is being touted as a candidate to be the next Thai Prime Minister. He'd be championed by the newly formed Sang Anakot Thai Party, which translates as Building Thailand's Future. Somkit was a co-founder of the progressive Thai Rak Thai Party with Thaksin Shinawat, which contested and won 3 successive elections from 1998. But he switched allegiances in 2014 when he was co-opted to serve as an economic advisor for the NCPO following the army coup. He stepped down from serving under PM Prayut as a deputy PM in 2020 and is now mulling a future with a new conservative party which has been formed from disaffected MPs and will run directly against the ruling Palang Pracharat at the next election. Whilst being widely recognized by Thais, he is yet to be tested as a potential candidate for the top job. And more woes for the current PM as the coalition's wafer-thin margin lost one more vote yesterday with the resignation of General Wit Thep Hasadin Ayutthaya. He announced yesterday that he is taking up the leadership of the new Sethakit Thai Party. Police officers have arrested 3 security guards suspected of killing a resident at a state dormitory of the National Housing Authority's project in Bang Khun Tien, Bangkok. Officers seized weapons and say the suspects confessed to killing the resident, claiming they didn't mean to, they just wanted to get revenge because the victim was picking fights when he was drunk. The 3 security guards at the dormitory, 2 20-year-olds and a 19-year-old, allegedly stabbed 34-year-old Wan Chai Hing Sa after an early confrontation. The victim was severely injured and later died at a hospital. The 3 have been charged with causing harm leading to death and also carrying weapons without permission. Illicit drug production and trafficking in Myanmar has rapidly increased since the February 2021 military coup, when the Burmese army seized power and overthrew the civilian government. In a major report about the region's drug supply, a senior official from the UN Office on Drugs and Crime says that over the past year, there has been a spike in narcotics production, particularly methamphetamines in Myanmar's Shan State, near the Golden Triangle, where Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos meet. The assessment comes amidst circulating reports from authorities in Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar that at least 90 million methamphetamine pills and 4.4 tons of crystal methamphetamine were caught in busts last month, and the majority were claimed to have been produced in Shan State's remote border districts. The UNODC's regional representative for Southeast Asia, Jeremy Douglas, says methamphetamine production levels were already at extreme levels, and there is, quote, no signs of it slowing down, end quote. And now for a quick update on the COVID-19 situation here in Thailand. The CCSA has reported 9,909 new cases of COVID-19 with 22 new deaths. According to the latest report, there are currently 86,473 in care and 7,827 released from care within the past 24 hours. And that wraps up the morning news for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest news around Thailand and the region. Also, do click on these boxes here to watch Good Morning Thailand with Tim and Jay, and also Thailand News Today this evening with Jet Gunther. I'm Natty from the Thaiger. สวัสดีค่ะ